Right then, welcome to the practice room beneath the Gfinity stage, where the best in the best of Rocket League are getting very, very close to the Elite Series title. Now, as you can see behind me, we've got Reason and Prophecy warming up because they really want to lift that trophy and they are ready to do battle. So, let's get it on!
With his second goal of the game is going to be Reason Gaming, who grind out a result here. Oh my goodness, Mummy Snow! What a shot! Opportunity and 9 wins the game for Prophecy! Oh, what a goal! Reason Gaming, dominant!
Yes! Yes! Reason versus Prophecy is coming up very shortly. Did you see that? I ran, I was everywhere. Listen, it is going to be a classic. And if you're just joining us on BT, welcome. You are in for something very special. But you have missed some great action already in our first 3 matches of the day. Do not worry. We'll look back at them later in the show. And here's a little flavour of them to whet your appetite. The Elite Series. It is Saturday. It means it's Rocket League.
About to get into this game. It's going to be Excel versus Endpoint.
Oh, the Endpoint trying, but Tinny puts up Endpoint. Excel's dreams might have just been crushed.
Infuse taking on Epsilon.
Epsilon are going to take a 2-1 lead.
It is on. So then, here we are. It's week 6 and things are looking up. Here are the results so far. Excel losing to Endpoint. They really needed to get that win today, so they are now out. Epsilon getting that win against Team Infuse, and then we just had it moments ago. An absolute thriller. Method 2, NV3. So that means for the standings, as they stand, you can see Reason at the top, then Endpoint, then Method, then Prophecy. They have all qualified, which means the last 4 do not go through to the playoffs after next week. But we've still got 1 more week of the season and we've got 1 match left to come. Can Reason do it? On set, lovely to have you. Johnny Boy, let's take a walk with me in that sort of style that we normally do. Because...
Be careful.
But you have to be very careful here. We have to say, though, you know, Reason are going to be looking to get that clean sweep and not lose any matches.
Clean sleep, like waffle.
Well, do you know what? We saw that earlier. He was laid back, having a good old sleep. Yeah. But it's looking likely for their record. It's all about pride now.
Yeah, they need to like get this momentum rolling into the playoffs because nobody thought they were going to come into the series as favourites, but now they're 5-0. They're the team to beat. If they can keep that up, maybe they're just going to sweep the whole season.
Indeed. Now, a man who knows how to do a clean sleep, a man who's never tired, he's always on the board, 100% predictions. It's got to be said with the likes of Method just getting that point against Envy, knocking them out of the playoff spot, which is got to be a hard pill to swallow for those guys.
It was very difficult for Envy to swallow, as you say, but Method, I mean, 3 subs coming in and performing the way they did and managing to take it to a game 5. Yes, they lost the series, but that 1 point, probably the most important point of the entire day so far. So massive props to those guys. Method, I mean, they stepped up.
OK, well, I'm looking forward to the last match of the day. It is going to be an epic classic. Now, there's one member of the team that I have not introduced you to yet. Ariel Free, what says ye?
What says me? Well, first of all, I can't believe you didn't point out Onset's dance moves there. A little bit of a jig he had there. I liked it. What we've been asking you all day is who is going to win this match between Reason and Prophecies on our Twitter page. That's at Gfinity. Use the hashtag Elite Series. So far, Reason are in the lead with 56% of the votes, but there's 27 minutes to make that to change that decision. If you want to change that decision at Gfinity now, we are asking who's going to win this last match. Is it Reason? Is it Prophecy? I've actually managed to find a Rocket League expert. His name is Tristan. Please welcome Tristan to the show. How are you doing, Tristan?
Good, you?
Yeah. I see that you might be a fan of Reason. Am I presuming wrong?
Nope.
Do you think Reason's got what it takes to continue to be undefeated and beat Prophecy today?
Yeah, I think they're going to win.
They're going to win?
Yeah.
Excellent. Love that. See, he's an expert. He knows what he's talking about. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much, Ariel. And it's lovely to see the fans are here in the arena today. Listen, now, if I just take your memory back to Season 1, Reason only managed 1 victory. And right now, they're on the verge of getting 6 wins in a row and could potentially win it. But here's 3 good reasons why they've changed fortunes.
We have a mentality and motivation to win. I think nothing can stop us.
Winning is a habit, and we're the only team to do so, so I think we'll become the champions.
We score goals for fun and don't let many in. We're the best.
Well, strong words, very humble. We're the best. I'll take that. Onset, look at that Reason lineup. Why has it been so different this season?
I mean, 3 different players. Obviously, a big difference. We have to be honest. 3 different players is going to be a different team from last year. But it's the confidence in which they've played every single time. And one particular player on this lineup who has been so impressive in their debut in the Elite Series has been the man in the end there on that right-hand side. Burrito B has been insane so far this season. Some of the goals that he's been scoring have been, you've struggled to find words to actually describe what he's putting off.
I've got one.
But
delicious.
Delicious.
In the theme of Burrito
nice.
B.
Spicy. Could be another one. But so, the goal that he scored last week was arguably one of the best goals we've seen so far in the Elite Series. It was just outstanding, and he has scored so many vital goals for them as well. And if you were to tell me at the end of last season that Reason Gaming would be sat at 5 wins in a row, looking for their 6th, I would have said you're crazy. But they have come out steaming ahead this year, and yes, they go up against Prophecy here, who are going to be a very tough test, but Reason, from going from the bottom of the table and no points on the board to being top of the league this year.
It's incredible scenes. They've got a difficult opposition today to get it 6 wins in a row, and that's Prophecy. What do you make of this lineup?
Very solid lineup, very consistent lineup. And on this team, the player that I'm always looking at is Ignite and what he can bring to the table. He's so good at finding his teammates, so good at finding that backboard and creating opportunities for his team. Sebadam's that kind of plays that 3rd man rotation quite a lot. So Mummy Snow's actually sort of taken that role away from him a little bit now that he's come into the team, and he's been a player who's stood out as well in some weeks. So a very solid lineup. First loss on the board last week, unfortunate for them. However, they have looked really, really good, and as I say, consistency has been key for this lineup.
Indeed, thank you very much. Like Burrito B, being a Mexican food, we'll find out whether they can Mexican or Mexican win against Prophecy. You like that?
Are you just about to wrap this one up?
No, wrap this. I don't get it.
Right, okay.
What do you mean wrap it up?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, well, listen, I haven't got time for that, mate.
I'll see you in a bit.
Make it clearer. I need to go over and have a chat with Johnny Boy right now. You're not happy with that?
I don't know, Tom.
You don't like the puns. You don't like the puns. Listen, Johnny Boy, we've got to talk about that Prophecy lineup and a man in particular who has gone from strength to strength, moved from Infused last season. We've got to talk about Ignite.
Yeah, we need to talk about Ignite. He really does everything for his team. I ask other pro players in the Gfinity Elite Series, what do you think about Ignite? And they just say, well, he just does everything, and I hate playing against him. Everybody hates playing against him. Here, he does go for the goal here, which is interesting. Maybe he's predicting a shot from his opponent, but look at that. Finds a pass to his teammate, which is always really, really good. I love when players look for the pass out of defense. Not just pass it in attack, pass it out of defense. And then right here, all he's doing is like tracking the play. Look how he's staying in line with everything, so when it does go up to the backboard, he's ready to follow, and he can hit that rebound. He's really, really consistent with those as well. It's very impressive. Not an easy thing to do. It's interesting, like he's going to the back boost there. Again, predicting that the ball's going to come over here, and that's not an easy hit to do. So just kind of corkscrew straight through that ball and get that much power, which was necessary for the finish.
And he's dangerous because he scores goals, and he also makes those assists as well for his team.
Yeah. He does absolutely everything. He just gets a lot of MVPs, a lot of points. He's just a great player to be, to have on your team. Horrible player to have on the other team.
Okay, perfect. So maybe we'll see Reason getting their first loss with that. Listen, I'll tell you what we'll do, Johnny Boy. You stay here in a nice, comfortable position.
All right, I'll be here.
What I will do, I will head back over to Onset. Onset, now, mentioned by Johnny Boy, breaking down all of the play. Come quicker. We've got a show to do. I've got to say, with those boys, Sebadam, we forgot to mention Sebadam. He's a vital part of that 3 as well. And Mummy Snow has not just been a third wheel, he is also been an integral part getting the goals and assists as well. He has. For some of those who might not be aware of how this lineup come about, it was 2 players from Infused last year have come together, and they added in Mummy Snow as their 3rd. They were previously with Doomsy last year on Infused. Now Mummy Snow's come in, and there were some question marks going into the season. Was he the right player to come into this lineup and add what they needed to? And I mean, look at their results. They have been so consistent, and he's been one of the major factors for it. He's taken home an MVP on one of the weeks in this season as well. He's just been so good at filling in the gaps where Sebadam and Ignite aren't. You're sneaky. Johnny Boy, you've got round here. That's so quick. Listen, I've got to ask, with that team Prophecy, they lost last week. Is that good for them? Because they were looking a bit, I'm not going to say complacent, but it happens in any sport, any team. Yeah. they begin to have a dip before. They think it's going to be too easy. A loss should have hopefully, you know, sort of given them a kick up the bottom.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. I mean, that's not how they reacted last season. I mean, Sebadam and Ignite on Team Infused, as soon as they lost, it was just completely downhill. They didn't come back ever. So they need to make a different reaction this time around. They've lost a game before. It was, I think they lost in week 7 last time. This is week 5 loss, so more time to react and fix that problem. And they're against some tough competition here. I don't know if it's going to be the week for them to rebound completely, but they certainly need to start that track.
Well, I was going to say it nicely. They were very cheeky and naughty in the practice room. When I was trying to do my link, I had words to remember, and they weren't being helpful. But I'm going to see how they do under all the cameras and the attention right now, because I'm going to bring out the two teams. It's time to bring out, for Reason, we have Rix Ronde, Tigri, and Burrito B. And for Prophecy, we have Sebadam, Ionite, and Mummy Snow!
We are the only thing that you need. I can tell you're nervous. Hold it down and just breathe. We are the only thing that you need. I can tell you're nervous. Hold it down and just breathe.
Right then, here they are out from the practice room. We're excited. People in the arena are excited. I'm sure you're excited wherever you may be. Do not go anywhere. We'll have a quick break, and when we come back, we will get match 4 underway. Thank you very much. Bit of character there. Go on, Ionite, give me something. Sebadam, Mummy Snow, something. There was a smile. Well, welcome back. We have got game 4 on the way, moments away from that. As you will notice, everyone is over here. My experts are over here. They reckon Reason are going to get this win. That means no one is backing those boys over at Prophecy. But you know what? Anything could happen. That is why we love Rocket League. But I know two gentlemen who cannot wait to get into this match. It's Stumpy and Cole. Gentlemen, how do you see this one going?
It's all going to be about Reason today. They're undefeated. Cole, how about you?
I think that Prophecy have a better chance than everyone's giving them, Stumpy Goblin.
Absolutely, and we have got a little VT to see how they've done so far. This is the final game of the day, matchup number 4, Reason versus Prophecy. Reason have got everything to lose here, currently undefeated. Prophecy have got everything to prove.
Yeah, absolutely. We've certainly saved the best game till last. No matter how this result goes, I think we're going to see some of the best Rocket League we have seen all day. Everybody's backing Reason in the analysis desk, but honestly, I think Prophecy are a team that you can't take lightly. Even though this will be their hardest test so far, Prophecy are really going to challenge Reason up to the very end, and I can't wait to see this game unfold.
We've got the other pro players sitting there, excited to see how this game goes. Who are they supporting, do you reckon? We see Tinny, we see all the guys.
Yeah, you see Flarky. Tinny is a big Reason man, I think.
Reason man, yeah.
No, there was a furrow of the brow. Nope, he's a Prophecy man. He loves Prophecy.
Shakaron is a Prophecy man. Yes, he is. There we are. Confidence. I love it.
It doesn't matter, but Stumpy Goblin, I think the way to look at this game is a preview for the semi-finals. Both of these teams have already established their place in the semis, which shows how good they've been this season. So I can't wait to see how this game goes, and how important do you think this will be if they do end up playing each other in the semis or indeed the final?
Yeah, like you say, it's a preview. I think Reason here, they've currently gone undefeated. We said that before, but it's a point worth making. Can they carry on with that streak? Prophecy, we've obviously seen Seb, Ignite, and Mummy Snow dozen times before. Previously on Infused, now on Prophecy. I wonder if Ignite is going to be as much of a standout character in this game as he has been before, and if Rix Ronde will be able to lead his team to even more victories.
Well, we saw Reason just there, the man behind them, Duck Moriarty, who keeps them so hyped up. They're never able to stay down, you know? Even if they're conceding a couple of goals, they're so good at G'ing each other up, and we'll see that throughout. We'll be able to see these guys reacting to their goals, and they're always so positive, and that's so important for them. Prophecy, we'll see how their comms are.
I mean, it's all, I don't know, it all comes down to so many factors here. Like I say, can Duck Moriarty keep their hopes up if they do go down against Prophecy? Will Prophecy be able to batter them back down again? Or will it be the other way around completely? Prophecy don't have a hype man. I mean, we've not. I think Reason are the only team in the series that do have a height map.
I can't think of any other Rocket League teams in general that do.
No, it is working. I mean, they've had a switch around. They've only kept Rix Ronde from Season 1, and that man has assembled a team around him.
Absolutely.
He's picked players that work with him. He is the core, and they are at his flank. And so far, they've done very, very well. And we're getting into this game now. This is going to be an absolute
This is going to be such a good match, Stumpy, and such a good series. We saw... Reason will have loved what they saw last week with Prophecy against Endpoint. Endpoint's pressure didn't allow Ignite, the man who the guys on the desk were so keen to talk about, didn't allow him into the game. But here we go. We are finally ready to go. Reason Gaming against Prophecy. Let's see how this game develops. Early on, there's an early shot for Ignite, the man we were telling them to be careful with, Reason Gaming, and they're not going to be able to give him too many opportunities and expect not to concede, but they've got away with it as 20 seconds have gone by scoreless. Sebadam takes a touch, ends up leaving it for Mummy Snow, who's on the wall. Is he going to be looking for Sebadam? He sort of is, via a 50-50. Seb went up against Burrito and another Reason player there, but just about one out against them. Well done to him.
Lots of defense having to come out here for Reason Gaming. Holding off any shots that are coming. Slowly rolls just wide of the post. But another centre. Mummy Snow nearly gets him, but Rix Ronde with the save. Just sneaks in front, trying to get the big clear. Sebadam with another shot just over the crossbar. Ignite trying to go for the follow, but just gets blocked out again. Tigri trying to keep it going out, trying to get a big clear. They're getting low on boost now.
Yeah, absolutely. We expected Reason to have much of the pressure, but so far the game is all being played in their half. As Prophecy have had the best of the game. Just let's say that, though. Rix Ronde has a chance, but his car wasn't quite at the right angle to score a goal. But this time, though, Tigri gets a 50-50, and it goes against the post. An early warning for Prophecy. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, and both teams have had chances to score the opening goal.
We saw so much pressure at the start against Reason, and we've seen them try and retaliate as much as they can. So many wonderful touches coming in the centre from Burrito B, finding his teammates, or at least trying to, hoping that the third man is going to be there. That shot coming in from Tigri, Sebadam saving it.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of shots come in against 50-50s. It's that pressure in the final third that both teams are trying to utilise. They're trying not to give their opponents any clean hits in their own halves. And so far, both teams have almost profited from that. Amazing this is still 0-0, but a really, really solid start for both teams. They're both here to win this.
Both teams, any time that they go for a shot, it just gets challenged straight away. There's so little time for anyone to develop a full-on play. It just seems to be, gets to one end, loads and loads of shots, and then it's a miss. Or just a fantastic save like that as it goes down to the Reason Gaming end. Ignite catches it in the air from the send from Sebadam. What a touch, lofting it over the top, calls Mummy Snow down, says that is my goal to score.
And how fast was Ignite up there? As soon as Sebadam's clearance came in, Ignite was already in the air challenging towards it, and that's how he beat both Reason Gaming players to the ball and put his team 1-0 up. And there's Sebadam up nice and early, punts that ball far, and Ignite's there on the rebound. Can Reason Gaming get this ball away? At the moment, they're now penned back into their own half as Seb knocks it into the middle and tries to get a dunk, but can't quite do it. Ignite now goes up and clears the ball to safety. Mummy Snow, who was waiting there, stops Tigri getting the next touch, and that's why this ball is still pinned in the Reason half. They can't get it away. We've talked about their defense so many times throughout this series, but Prophecy are getting extra touches in their third, which they're really struggling to deal with. As I say that, though, Burrito B all the way from the other side, the counter-attacking goal from Reason. Burrito B finds a little bit of space. Mummy Snow, who was Spider-Manning on the backboard, actually made a mistake there. He wasn't sure if Burrito B was going to backboard it or take the shot. In the end, Burrito B took the shot, and Mummy Snow wasn't able to match it, and it's now 1-1 with 2 minutes left.
That is hopefully going to give them some momentum to bring them back in this game. It's been so even so far, so maybe saying bring them back in is a little bit harsh on them.
No, but it's important to get that first goal, isn't it? Especially in a high-pressure match like this. Ooh. And there's their second, Stumpy.
Squeezes it round the defender, does Mummy Snow. Gets that touch in the middle. Ignite underneath. Gets demoed by Burrito B. And he works it over the top of Rix Ronde. No defenders left in the net. Top corner. Absolutely corking angle.
A corking angle indeed. 1 minute and 52 seconds left. And Prophecy, after losing their lead, have just regained it as Ignite Tries to read Burrito B's hit, but Burrito B's hit is too good for Ignite to read in the end. And then some good defending. Didn't give up on that ball, did Tigre. And finally, Reason gets it away. Mummy Snow first trying to steal the boost and then settling for a demolition on the Reason player. Fortunately for Reason, though, they get it away. Rick's run over a bit of mind games, made out like he was going to put that central and then just kept it going wide. Now Tigre, Sebadam, is he going to be bashed? He is! Sebadam, for a second, I thought he was going to be bashed on the line, but luckily for him, he was up just in time to save that. But a great effort on the aggression to take the bash.
Rix Ronde attempting to go for another play here, trying to get it back to an even scoreline. Tigre challenging, getting away from Sebadam. Burrito B going for, I thought it'd be an air drag, but it was not. Ignite managing to clear it out again. Rix Ronde into the center, just goes over. Burrito B cannot get there in time. Now they go for a big counter.
Yeah, Sebadam's save was so good there. The man in the goal was at the front post, and Sebadam realized that that front post is danger if the ball is shot across to the far post. Sebadam was up so quickly and cleared the defense, cleared the danger himself. This time he puts the ball into Ignite. Ignite goes up for a 50-50 on the Prophecy goal line, and with 35 seconds left, Prophecy will love the fact that this ball is still in the Reason half and they can't escape it. Now he puts it into Ignite over Burrito B, but Rix Ronde is there on the goal line. What a save from him.
25 seconds left. Prophecy are in the lead, aiming to take down the Elite Series giants. Are they going to be able to do it? 15 seconds, Ignite gets a clear out, keeping them safe. Tigre goes for a shot, gets challenged in the air. Ignite trying to go off the back ball. Burrito B is there, does not get the touch. Tigre goes for the shot, manages to even out. 4 seconds left.
Tigre was up there as soon as Burrito B didn't get a particularly dominant finish on that. Well, he got a touch, but not the touch that the Prophecy defenders were expecting. Tigre, on the other hand, was the first to react, and with 4 seconds left, that's the equalizer that Reason Gaming needed.
That could mean that this first game of this series goes into an overtime. And what an overtime it's going to be. The first game of this best-of-5 match starts off a double 50-50 in the middle.
Yeah.
That's how even these teams are.
Yeah, the age-old cheat from a kickoff where your teammate follows up and you go for the ball. Rix Ronde
what a demo.
thought he was going to score there until Mummy took him out the game, and now Prophecy are on the attack themselves. If anyone doesn't know, overtime is next goal win, so both these teams have pressure for and against them at this point. Tigre has to be careful on the goal line. He's reversing. You don't want to be reversing at any point, let alone when you're in attack. But they get away with it. 30 seconds left. The game slows down a little bit. Sebadam puts the ball loose. No one's touched it in a few seconds. Ignite those people left one-on-one against Burrito. Can he get it past him? No, not quite. And Sebadam is there to clear. Tigre, though, keeps the pressure on Reason Gaming.
So many defensive passes. They're not just going for big clears as a solo play. They're going for big clears as a team. You won't just see them hit it up the pitch, because that just allows for a game of ping pong to start happening. They're finding their teammates. They can get a double hit and throw off the attacking forces even more. Yeah, Burrito B taking that to the center, goes for a shot. Money Snow easily clears it.
You're absolutely right, Stumpy. This game is not ping pong. We're 1 minute and 15 seconds now into this overtime, and ping pong is not happening because these teams are all moving the ball upwards and downwards as a team. Burrito B up with the aerial. Puts it down so well, but two Prophecy goalkeepers were there waiting for it. Burrito B has another chance off the back ball, tries to follow it up himself. He doesn't need to at the end, but Rix Ronde is there to follow up for him. It was all from Burrito B's hit here. He faked like he was going to get the second touch himself. That's what Sebadam tried to block. In the end, though, the ball falls to Rix Ronde, who has an open goal to put Reason 1-0 ahead.
That can prove how important communications are when you're in game. Burrito B may have called him off the ball, or may have said, I'm not getting this, get someone in there to take that shot. Get that goal, secure it, secure this game for us, put us up in the series. As we go into these replays now, we will see just how close these teams are to take it to overtime in the first game.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams had chances. Both teams could have scored more goals, but the finishing for the most part was so good. If you leave an opportunity open for any of these players, they are going to take it. That touch from Mummy Snow, so deft to get it over his opponent. Such a hard skill to do. Tigre equalised with 4 seconds left, and then it was Reason Gaming after equalising at the last. They were the ones to go forth and win it in overtime. What a battle, what a performance from them against Prophecy.
Absolutely. They got so close to taking them down. I mean, in all fairness to them, they didn't they didn't seem like they were the lower team in this.
Not at
They
all.
didn't seem like they were being slammed at all at any point. It is so even. That is going to make for a wonderful, wonderful best of 5 as we get into the second game.
Mummy Snow is just waiting to see what Rix Ronde does here. Doesn't need to commit too much. And we saw that from the first game. There's no overcommits. There's very rarely double commits from these teams, despite the frenetic pace that it's being played at. You rarely see 2 players go for the same ball.
Mummy Snow, they were tried an air dribble to get it over into their half. Ignite missing on the backboard, uncharacteristically. Normally, pretty solid with them. So he takes around 2 players. Burrito misses it. Ignite in the centre, passes to Sebadam. Mummy Snow comes in, gets in the way and gets it over the crossbar.
Yeah, lapse in communications there for Prophecy. They had all the chance in the world, but Mummy Snow got in Sebadam's way. They have to shake that off, though, because if they don't, Reason Gaming are going to end up getting all over them. And Rix Ronde tries to make that happen himself, putting it into the far corner, but it's booted away. Another close start, Stumpy. Prophecy should have taken the lead, but it's so close between these 2 teams right now.
No players in net. They got a bit dangerous. Ignite and Sebadam in the exact same place. Neither of them wanting to yield and say, right, this is your ball, not mine, take it. They just need that ball gone. But plays like that can get so messy and they can lead to goals. We've not seen it yet, but more double commits will lead to more errors.
Tigre needs to be careful here because he and Mummy Snow are both going for this ball, and he's actually leaving Mummy Snow to get it because he knew that Burrito B would be the next one there. Now Prophecy trying to launch another attack. No, they've got goals in them, should have scored earlier. And again, though, we've just seen the attack just lost its momentum at the end there. But they're knocking on the door still, Prophecy. They're certainly knocking on the door.
Mummy Snow's reversing there, did not seem confident, but did get it round Tigre. So that's the double passes we were on about in defence, leading to that goal.
Yeah, Mummy Snow read this off the back wall. Sebadam finds Ignite. Mummy Snow realised early that Tigre wasn't going to hit that off the backboard. He should have done, and that's what took Burrito B out of the game. But Mummy Snow saw that coming, and a 3-man goal there from Prophecy. Always your favourite sort, I know.
Gotta love a 3-man play.
I know you do.
That's a chance straight away. Tigre landing on top of Sebadam and it completely messing him up. Goes across the front of Reason Gaming's goal, but no one there. I don't think anybody expected that to happen. And with Smoke creeping forwards, gets a touch. Attacked by Tigre. Now Burrito B aiming for the centre. Flips off the wall, but does not make it there. Sebadam gets it past Rix Ronde. Doinks it over the top. Tigre does manage to get a save and a clear, all in one neat little package.
We saw Prophecy take the lead in the last game, and Reason Gaming had enough about them to equalise. But now time is ticking along. There's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. The last game was 4-3 in overtime. I don't think we're going to see that many goals in this one. So 1 goal is worth more than it was in the last game. And Rix Ronde is about to equalise to get one of Reason's own. We talk about Reason's team plays, but this time it was the Rix Ronde show. Flicking the ball over one, flicking the ball over Mummy, and then beating Mummy Snow to the ball himself to put the finish away.
No one in net there. I think it was Sebadam who was back, maybe Ignite. Went round the back to try and get boost. I don't think he expected Rix Ronde to beat 2 of the players to the ball and get around them so neatly as well, landing so well.
And Reason have shown again that they do not mind going behind. Their mental game is so strong, as we mentioned. The question now, Prophecy, who've thrown away a couple of leads. How strong is theirs, particularly as, do not forget, they should have gone 1-0 up, but for an error with 2 players getting in each other's way. I know that has a chance. You can't give him that much space, especially with passes like that from Tigre, but I think Rix Ronde took Ignite out the game with an amazing last-second bash. That could have been 2, but for that bash. Ignite close to Burrito B. It's Rix Ronde and him in the centre. Ignite keeps the pressure on. The pressure is back on towards Reason. Prophecy putting on so much pressure on their opponents than we saw last week from Endpoint. They've certainly learned from that 3-0 loss, and now out comes the team play. They're timing these team plays so well, Stumpy. They're not looking for each other too often. But when the opportunity arises, their accuracy is so pinpoint.
And that makes them unpredictable. You don't know if there's going to be a 3-man passing play, like I've seen a couple times, or if there's going to be a Rix Ronde play.
A Rix Ronde play.
See if he just goes for it and goes solo.
Yeah, you're so right. Both of these teams have got the ability to mix up their shooting Decent save in the end. It looked more simple than I think he made it. But that was one for the cameras, I think. He made it look pretty.
Good man, I like that. Yeah, I appreciate
that's
that.
what it's all about. He knows, we're on BT at the moment. Wants to look good.
Good man. Pinch goal! Oh, pinch shots, sorry, should I say. Nearly a goal, if not for Sebadam's quick reactions to get back in time and just sneak it round the post.
35 seconds left, and if neither of these teams score, we're going to go into another overtime. But Burrito B almost sets up a doink goal for Reason Gaming. I think his teammate wanted a touch, but couldn't quite make it, and now with 20 seconds left, the pressure comes back. Reason pushes it forward. Rix Ronde beats Mummy Snow to the ball. The only one underneath it doesn't even matter because it's going to go straight in. I thought they'd need an extra man, but no, it comes in off the crossbar, and Reason Gaming take the lead.
I thought, like you said, that was going to come off crossbar and down. Not that far down. I thought it was going to come out and down, and Burrito B was going to not make it there with any boost. But no, Rix Ronde putting them ahead. 17 seconds left in this game. They're going to try and keep this now, put them 2-0 up. It has been so close.
Yeah, we saw a 4-second equaliser in the last game to take it to OT. Are we going to see the same here? It's going to have to happen from the air, because as soon as this ball touches the ground, it's going to be game over. Ignite keeps it up, looking for Mummy to help him out. Mummy, but Burrito B's going to be there and pushes it down on the floor just for a second, Stumpy. It looked like there could have been a chance, but great defending from Mummy Snow at the end means that the game ends 2-1 to Reason.
You can see just how composed they are, sitting there, having a nice little sip of water, thinking, right, that's that game done. Take every game as it comes. Don't go too crazy with it. Don't think, okay, right, we're in the lead now. We can just start going insane with it. We can't let easy goals come in, because this is so close and so pivotal.
Some people talk about easy goals, and we didn't see any there. Every goal was completely earned. There were some dodgy moments in defence.
Like that?
Like that one. Okay, I take it back. There was an easy goal from Prophecy in the end, but this one here from Rix Ronde was absolutely quality of that dribble.
The Rix Ronde show, like you said at the time.
If you stop concentrating for a split second against either one of these teams, they are going to punish you. And that at the end was so close to being an equaliser.
We're acting as well, I think, sometimes like Prophecy is going to be wondrous if they manage to beat Reason Gaming. Reason Gaming are undefeated. However, Prophecy, they've only lost once. They have lost once so far. It was to Endpoint last week, and it was a 3-0.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a... They got sort of smashed just a little bit. However, they are not far off the top spot. Only one loss. If they can get Reason Gaming in this series, that's going to take them both to 5 wins and 1 loss. This could be the final game if Reason Gaming can pull it out and win this entire series.
Yeah, Reason have done so well. Despite how well Prophecy have played, Reason have just been that little bit better. They've bludgeoned their way through the Prophecy defense. They've not got in each other's way in attack. Just as we say that, it's Burrito B who gets it past 2 goalkeepers with a pinpoint finish into the top corner.
Mummy Snow, that centre. He should have hit that to the side. I realised he was low on boost and he needed to hit it somewhere. But hitting it into the middle where you see Burrito B waiting, ready to pounce, to have that shot when he knows the other two are going to be low on boost after going for the other saves. He's hit that nice and high, and it has come off with wonder.
Rix Ronde with his team 1 goal ahead, but a long time to go left in this match. You get the impression that Reason Gaming aren't going to be able to keep a clean sheet. If they're going to win, they're going to have to score more than 1. Mummy Snow trying to make the equaliser happen for Prophecy, coming off that sideboard, trying to set himself up. He just couldn't jump off the wall properly. I think his wheels got tied up, so he couldn't jump.
He got slightly flicked, I think, by Burrito B as he went on the wall. So he couldn't quite get there. He couldn't have flipped towards it particularly well. Nice little touch there by Rix Ronde to get that round. I think it was Mummy Snow. Gets it above the net, goes for the save again. Sebadam over the crossbar, misses. Mummy Snow over the crossbar, misses. Rix Ronde with the clear.
Either Sebadam or Mummy Snow had to take one of those chances. They were both shooting opportunities. Fair enough of Sebadam's to backboard it. Mummy Snow, though, really should have been hitting the target, but Prophecy have to keep going. They've still got so much time left. Ignite trying to put in a central pass, but Burrito B actually helps it on its way. But the game's being played in the Reason Gaming half against Stumpy, but they won't mind that, will they? We know they like to counter-attack, so they won't be worried by this, but Prophecy will take heart from it.
Reason are so good at either they change their game style depending on who they play. Sometimes they will just say, okay, we need to sit back, let them do their fancy stuff, and then we'll go, and then we'll kick off. Oh, that should have been a goal there. Who was that who had the shot? Was it Ricks?
I'm not sure, but what we do know is that both teams now have had opportunities to score more goals. I'm not sure how long this is going to last while these defenses keep giving away opportunities like we see there. Ricks should have just shot. In the end, though, it's not going to matter. Ricks Ronde, first he had so much time here. I think he was caught in about 7 mines. In the end, tries a little tap and smash, which iGnite was equal to. But unfortunately for Prophecy, Burrito B was there to put Reason 2 goals ahead with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left.
Burrito B playing that third man position so astonishingly. He's letting the other two go up every now and then, and he will there just be following the play, shadowing the ball wherever it goes on the pitch, and then he will sneak in, wait for them to be low on boost, and fire. And he's got 2 goals that way so far by being the Shark.
Prophecy peppering their opponent's backboard, trying to force a goal for themselves, but it's just not quite happening for them this game. I'm not sure what it is that's changed, but that's going to be 3, and this game is slipping away from Prophecy, Stumpy Goblin.
See Mummy Snow there, centres it again. Mummy Snow, you're not on the blue team. Can we stop that? Yes. Can we stop centering it, please?
You've identified a key issue there. Centering the ball is okay if you know for a fact that your teammates are there to follow up. If they're not, the only person there is an opponent player. And Stumpy, in Rocket League, an infield pass to your team is also an infield pass to the opponent's team.
Yeah, clearing to the corners is absolutely vital. While you can still get a shot on from a corner, it is going to be considerably harder than shooting from point-blank range when you've got players in there low on boost. Mosto goes for a goal, does not, the shot, there we are. Sebadan gets the goal. That should inspire some confidence to them, surely, Cole.
Yeah, absolutely. Mummy Snow winning out on the 50-50 and following it up himself, takes Ricks Ronde and Burrito B out the game where Sebadan was hovering. And now what a grandstand finish we've been set up for. 2 goals behind a Prophecy, and they've got about 2 minutes to make them up. And I think we're about to see them attack. iGnite goes in for a 50-50. It's Mummy Snow that needs to win this ahead of Burrito B. He does. Now Sebadan, what can he do? I thought he was going to look for the pass in the center, but instead he goes for the long clear because he knows that his teammates can keep the pressure on. But some of these balls are going to have to start finding Prophecy men when they're making these big clearances, or else they're just going to lose time.
It'll be very interesting to see now if Reason decide to hold and park the bus and make sure that they sit back and just become a defensive turtle, essentially. Or are they going to keep up the offense, make sure that they Prophecy don't get a single chance to have another goal?
The thing about Reason is that they're so good at playing in so many ways. They're so adaptable that they can do both. And if one starts not to work, they can just say, right, let's change, and completely change their game style. But time, as we're talking, is ticking away. There's only 1 minute left now. Prophecy are running out of time. iGnite trying to follow onto Mummy Snow's pass. He gets it past a couple of players, but Burrito B just recovers. Now Sebadan takes a turn, finds iGnite, but Mummy Snow was rotating back, and the ball is going to go all the way into the Prophecy half and all the way into the Prophecy goal, and it's 4-1 to Reason Gaming. Stumpy, is that game over?
Having a 3-goal deficit with 49 seconds left is so hard to come back from. If they're going to manage to do it, it'll be one of the biggest comebacks we have seen in the Gfinity Elite Series.
That's a good start.
That's one of them.
That's a great start.
Mummy Snow is off to an absolute cracker there, off this kickoff. Not 3 seconds later. That's how quickly these games can change. If they can get 2 more of them, they've taken 9 seconds and they have equalised. However unlikely it is.
It does seem unlikely.
Very
It'll take
unlikely.
6 more seconds to
Hang on,
get 2
is
goals.
it happening now? Still maybe.
We're running out of time. It's now been 10 seconds. We're definitely running out of time. But Mummy Snow and iGnite almost combine to pinch the ball into the goal. Mummy Snow bashes Burrito B on the goal line after missing out on the pinch opportunity. What composure from him. Mummy Snow ended up in the goal. Sebadan pinches the ball off T Green. And then Mummy Snow just bashes him out the goal. What a bash.
That was absolutely fantastic. That last sentence there, Cole, only dogs could hear you with how high-pitched you went.
I stand by it. I stand by it.
It has been 12, or it had been 12 seconds since the 4th Reason Gaming goal, and they had got 2. However, 5-3. They've brought another one back. There's been 3 goals in the space of 18 seconds.
And unfortunately for Prophecy, despite getting the first 2 of the 3 they needed, the 3rd goal was on the Reason side, and we're back to a 2-goal deficit. Normally, I'd say that's game over, but 30 seconds, that's time for 5 more goals. As you were saying, Stumpy, I mocked you, but you were completely correct.
You mocked me a lot, and I'm wrong.
Yep.
Even less.
And there's another goal coming in now.
Okay.
That's game.
Right,
that's game, right?
3-goal deficit.
Yeah.
We saw 3 in 18 seconds. They have 19 seconds, Cole.
Sure. So you're guaranteeing that Prophecy are going to equalise here in the last 19 seconds?
I would not say that I'm guaranteeing. I'm saying that I'm hopeful for it, because it would be incredible. But depending on how long this hangs around for in the centre, it's going to get even more unlikely. Reason Gaming are going to have a 3-goal sweep, or 3-game sweep, with a 3-goal deficit in the final game. Coming from such close, low-scoring first game, can they get one more? No, drops to the floor. The game ends. Reason Gaming showing they are the giants of the Elite Series Season 2.
And it's not just their mechanics that are so good, Stumpy. It's their mind game. In every single game, things went against them. Things went on Prophecy's side. And each time they were able to equalise with 4 seconds left in the first game. The second time they conceded. The third game, with a 3-goal deficit for their opponent, set into a 1-goal deficit within 6 seconds, 7 seconds. And they just keep going on. They keep pushing. How do you get in Reason Gaming's heads?
I think it's such a hard wall to batter down. They had a go. They had 49 seconds left, and it went from 4-1 to 6-3. That's another 5 goals in that amount of time.
We're going to see the replays in a second of all 9 of those goals at the end. I can't wait to see them. A lot of them came from the kick-up, but there really were some stunning finishes in there. It's good to see. There's smiles between all the players. Both of these teams know that they are in the semi-finals, and they will very likely play each other again at some point. Burrito B got Reason off to a flyer after that touch from Mummy Snow. It was still a tough finish. He still had things to do, even when the ball landed to him there.
Yeah, we saw in the scoreboard at the end that Reason Gaming had 6 shots. They had 6 goals.
They only had 6 shots?
6 shots, 6 goals. Prophecy had 11 shots, and they had 3 goals. That shows either they were hitting the crossbar a lot, which we did see earlier,
yeah, we did.
Or it shows that Reason Gaming are a wall to break down. And my God, they have gone so well. Currently still undefeated in this series.
6 games, yeah. I would like to give a little shout out to Prophecy as well, though.
Oh, they did so well. In the first 2 games, when it was a bit closer, they did fantastically. They got them to OT in the first 2 games. That last game ran away.
If anything, it was Reason that took Prophecy to OT in the first game.
Yeah.
They were within 4 seconds of getting that first game, but they just couldn't hold out in the first. And in games 2 and 3, Reason's mind game just carried them through. Prophecy just didn't have that same quality in spirit that Reason did, but it's something that can be worked on.
Yeah, we see how happy they are after the goals have gone in. They're so pleased with their performance. And congratulations to Reason Gaming, like I said, remaining undefeated. And I'm very, very intrigued to see what they have to say. Over to you, Ariel.
I am here with the undefeated Reason Gaming, and I love it because they were literally like, we need Duck. Now, we have to come to you, Duck, because some people say that since you've arrived and been like the kind of guy shouting behind the ears, Reason have been winning.
I mean, the first week I wasn't here keeping them up in spirits, and they won that as well. But I'm always just here, like, make sure they keep their spirits up. And even though I wasn't behind them this weekend, I still somehow managed to make sure Rix doesn't slip up the final game.
I did love it how there was a celebration of and then, oh, wait a minute, no, we can't celebrate yet, can we, boys?
Nope. Yeah, we almost fucked up the last game.
Language!
Apologies for that language. No, if you are offended by that, that was a slip of the tongue. We won't speak to you anymore. No, I do love it because I was chatting to you saying you've undefeated, but then they started pointing at you going, but actually you've lost 2 games in this. I mean, does that even matter now?
I think it doesn't even matter. I think we're just playing and not thinking too much.
Okay, and now going into the playoffs, you are in a very, very strong position. Do you feel very comfortable about going into that?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Do you reckon you've got what it takes to win this series?
Yeah, I think.
Who do you think now, going forward, is your biggest threat?
Well, Method, of course.
Oh, really? Method? You wouldn't say Endpoint?
Oh, like that. Yeah. difficult, yeah, endpoint then.
Okay. Well, earlier we asked who was going to win out of you and Prophecy. I will say that Prophecy was beating you on the Twitter poll. However, you did actually win it right in the end, 57%. But it doesn't even matter. Look at you, you're like shrugging and just don't care. You were actually all here last night for Street Fighter V. Reason also won that last night. It was a very unexpected win for Team Reason. Did that kind of inspire you today? Did that get you going?
Well, the people in the crowd actually told us they really liked us as well.
Yeah.
So they were behind us and they were in chat all the time. So
You do have your own mini hype crew. Is the Reason fans still in the crowd?
nope.
No, they've gone home. They've seen you won. They've seen you won. Well done, guys. Well done. We'll see you next week for more winning, no doubt. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much, Ariel. And just an apology again if you're offended by any of the language up from there. That is what happens when you're winning and in great form and English is your second language. It will happen, but we do apologise. Listen, let's talk about how good Reason were there. 6 wins out of 6. They are flying. And the stats were there that, you know, as Stumpy and Cole said, 6 shots, 6 goals. They're lethal and clinical.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff. That's very good in terms of accuracy. Just to give you an idea, usually good accuracy for Rocket League shooting, if you're shooting 35% of your goals, well, if you're scoring goals 35% of the time of your shots, that's good. That's what we consider good at the highest level. 100%? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
And that's compared in that last game
good.
of the set was 11 shots from Prophecy and 3 goals. So there's the difference right there. But, you know, you've got to look at both of these teams, both in the playoffs. But let's have a quick recap of those goals that we saw from the Reason boys.
I mean, just some incredible plays. And the man that we talked about before the game seemed to be the catalyst again for this.
I love that first one. That's right under the goalie.
Team. Burrito B was just getting so many nice finishes, but as you say, it was a shared collective with some of the finishes that we saw. Beautiful passing plays. We see Rick Sharonde here taking it past Mummy Snow in that 1v1 situation. And as you say, they were just so clinical. And that's something we've talked about with Method when they had their full lineup. How, when they get that opportunity, they take it every single time.
Yeah, it's about placing those shots. So many of these shots, if they were just a little bit to the left, a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit slower, they would not go into the net. But because they're hitting it with precision and speed every single time, that's what's giving them this accuracy. And it's so hard to beat a team who are just scoring every single shot. You can shoot twice as many shots as they do, but if their shots are as accurate as these are, then that is bad news for Prophecy and Ignite. Ignite, definitely a couple of uncharacteristic whiffs there for himself.
We discussed that, didn't we, Johnny Boy? Back there, a couple of whiffs were happening. We couldn't tell deliberate or not deliberate, but that's definitely Reason's play. They're confident. If they miss a shot, someone will step up and deliver for them.
It can definitely work if you're in attack and then you go up for an aerial. Everybody in defense in the current metagame thinks you're going to hit it. Because I don't know if it's just a pride thing. People don't like to miss aerials, so they just try to hit it every time. But if you fake that, I think we saw one goal from Burrito B in this series where his teammate went up for an aerial, missed it, intentional or not, we're not sure. But if it was, and that's genius, because 2 goalkeepers jumped up preemptively, then they just made it look stupid because the next shot comes straight past them.
Yeah, well, definitely genius in my opinion, because 6 wins out of 6. No one else has done that in Season 2. Let's have a quick look at how the results went today. We had not 1, not 2, not 3, but definitely 4 matches of epic quality. So much happened today. Excel losing to Endpoint, which solidifies Endpoint's point in the playoffs. Sorry, not point, place. Epsilon against Team Infuse, and then you had the Method loss to Team Envy. But that point, because if it goes 2-3, made sure that they qualify for playoffs. And as you can see in the standings, now what's quite interesting about this, guys, you've got Prophecy in there, you've got Reason, you've got Endpoint and Method. So that's the initials there is the Prem, and they are the premier bunch out of the 8. Because they are going to be in the playoffs. But there is still a match to play next week, and it really is going to be for pride for the likes of Excel, Infuse, Epsilon, and Envy.
Yeah, it's for pride, but it's also a chance for those top 4 teams to put down a marker as we head towards the semi-finals and the finals. It's a chance for them to put a big win up on the board, one that makes a statement to the other teams that are around, that makes them look over their shoulder and think, oh, these guys are playing well. We've got to maybe go back and look at how they're playing and how we want to adjust our game plan. So, yeah, there might be a few pride games, if you want to call it that, but there's definitely some sort of boasting grounds to be found for some of these top 4 teams.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I just want to talk about that Method team because Reason, 6 out of 6, their 7th match next week is against Method, and that is, yes, they're in the playoffs, but this is a juicy contest that may end up being back towards a final, potentially.
Yeah, it's going to be super interesting because Reason are just playing so well on LAN. I spoke to Excel's Niels Koch earlier, who's in a team who are doing phenomenally well online. They come here and they struggle. with these new setups, the different setups. They don't have the comfort of their own setup back home. But the reason guys, they don't seem to care. They're just going to come here and perform at the absolute best, maybe even better than they played online. I think the best games I've seen from them have been right here on the stage. That is not normal, especially for Rocket League and these teams who are brand new to this new LAN experience.
Yeah, and now they were with a sort of changed lineup. The bench came and delivered.
Yeah.
In the game 3, they were 2-0 down. Let's just have a little recap of that because, you know, the likes of Bipod came into there, Epic Toasty. They really did deliver today.
Yeah, so if you weren't aware, Method's A squad are currently not here, but this is every single player on this team is one of their reserve teams. They went down 2-0 in the series, but then they just out of nowhere, literally managed to tie the series up at 2-2 with, we'll have to call it some unorthodox play at times, but it was effective. And that single point, yes, they lost the series, but that single point was so vital for Method. It secured their place, and it was probably the most important point of the day, even though they did lose the series.
Yeah, they did, and everyone backed Envy, but to come back like that'll mean the pressure's off in terms of the big guns come back after a big tournament. And that's, I think, really an opportunity for Reason to see what they're made of. And more from Method we will see next week. But game 4 was just as good today, if anyone missed the action. But gentlemen, I mean, it's going to be a bit awkward for those boys. They managed to get the point, but are you expecting a whole complete lineup change next week?
Oh, I would think so.
I would think so, yeah.
The guys played great today. We're giving tons of credit to the Method roster for showing up. They're a brand new team together, and they've done exactly what was required of them. I still love that shot. That gone in, man alive. But, of course, the team that they're going to be in the shadows of are a world-class team. They're currently playing at the World Championships in Washington, D.C., and they haven't lost a series yet. They're still in winners bracket. They might go on to win the whole thing. Who knows?
Indeed. Remember, we're watching the last 30 seconds and Method got that win, which concluded and made sure they got that point. Now, I know currently a man who is ecstatic with his performance today. It goes by the name of Epic Toasty. We've had many a discussion about fillings today and what you'd have in there. But actually, Ariel, what is his favourite Epic Toasty?
Ah, Epic Toasty, he's asked the big question. What is it?
What's my favourite filling? Cheese and ham, probably.
Cheese and ham. OK, you're going with a lot of protein there. You also had some words there for Onset when he said that was a bit of unorthodox playing that they saw from you. What's your message for Onset?
Yeah, it was like totally calculated.
So basically we're saying you managed to bring it back to 2-2 and you were 2-0 down. But in that last match, you were pretty trounced by Envy. But at that point, it didn't matter because Method were through, weren't they?
Yeah, so when we heard that we were through, we just ended up having a laugh. we were having a
Taking it really seriously.
Yeah. We were having a laugh like through the whole entire series, and then we just played like dafties, basically.
Okay, playing like dafties. So basically, Reason, when they won there, they were saying, I asked them who their biggest threat was, who might steal the title from them if they're going to win this series, and they said Method. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, Method have got the best lineup.
Are we going to see a consistent lineup from now on? Because they have changed it around quite a lot. Obviously, Magnus and Metz are not here this week. Are we going to be seeing a return of them next week? Is it going to be that consistent all the way through to semi-finals? Should you make it to semi-finals?
So, in my opinion, I think it should be a lot Metza and Magnus, but Magnus has skill issues. But so then I think GMS should play because the team plays much better together.
I love how modest you are about that. Do you not want to nominate yourself? No.
Oh, well, I'm a legend, so.
What was your debut today in the Gfinity Arena? Have you had a good time?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Will we see you coming back?
Aye.
Only if you make us ham and cheese toasties, though, yeah?
Oh, aye.
Thanks so much, Epic Toasty. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much. And that is what we do at the Elite Series. We give you the hard-hitting questions and answers, and cheese and ham is the Epic Toasty. That's the official lines. Listen, gentlemen, I've got to ask about this endpoint. We haven't discussed them at any point. While Ariel and Epic Toasty come and join us in just a second. The sort of reigning champions, another win for them. They move on forward and getting closer to maybe getting it to...
They're sneaking in.
I think that the thing that surprises me is how similar their season is this season in Season 2 to Season 1. It's literally they have replicated their form. They started out slowly, they looked shaky, we were worried about them. Then they scrapped together a few wins. Now they've started playing more consistently and they're showing exactly what they can do. Last season they ended up as champions. We keep talking about it after their shaky start. who's to bet against them again?
Yeah, and do you feel the same on Johnny Boy? Because we're going to start walking. You come with me, gentlemen. Let's just move it up. We've got this beautiful, beautiful arena. We may as well use it. People will start standing around at the bottom. Ariel's going to join. Epic, Toasty, Stumpy, Cole. They thought it was it for them, but no, they go, it's his debut, may as well stand at the end. Listen, gentlemen, we now have concluded. We have our 4 teams going through to the playoffs. It's been an epic day. Any highlights from you, Cole, at the end there?
Just the entire series was... Oh, sorry, yeah. The entire series was so good. Despite Prophecy losing, they played so well. And well done against the winners.
Yeah, he will learn how to use a microphone. I honestly can assure you of that. Stumpy, smashing it.
I like toasties. Toasties are good.
Ariel, any particular play that stood out for you today?
For me, well, you missed Toasty. What was your highlight, being in Gfinity for the first time?
He's going to say GMS. You know he's going to say GMS.
Me being an absolute poo.
Great language there. My highlight was Shacaron's face when Reason scored another goal because it means they might be up against Method, and nobody really saw that. He was in the crowd, he was like, disappointment.
Well, listen, Ariel, great way to end it. Listen, thank you so much for joining. We'll see you next week for week 7. Series. It is Saturday. It means it's Rocket League.
It's going to be Excel versus Endpoint. Excel's dreams might have been crushed.
Infuse taking on Epsilon.
Thank you for the call. Epsilon are going to take a 2-1 lead.
It is on.
The Method secure their playoff place.
Reason versus Prophecy.
That is the Reason
Gaming showing they are the giants of the Elite Series.